Good evening, and welcome to an evening of opera scenes presented by students enrolled in Music 380 Opera Workshop. Many of you may not be familiar with opera, or may have been conditioned to think that it is a rather high-flown art form. Well, perhaps it is. But you are familiar with stage plays, and many of you listen to music all day long. An opera is simply a play set to music. The play is staged with scenery and costumes, and the music is created by vocalists and instrumental accompanists. The scenes we have chosen tonight were composed by an Austrian named Mozart, a Frenchman named Poulenc, and an American named Bernstein. Each scene will be performed in English in an effort to make our performance as accessible as possible to our collegiate audience. You may have seen the Should I Stay or Should I Go publicity posters for the event displayed around campus. Once I had selected the scenes and cast our student singers in them, I realized that the overriding theme for this program was the duality of staying in a relationship or letting it go, of making a commitment or giving up, of advancing or retreating. Should I Stay or Should I Go is a classic tune written in 1981 by English punk rock band The Clash. I'm willing to bet that many of you can sing the tagline. The publicity poster design was a throwback to the days when record labels presented gold records to popular recording artists who had sold a certain number of albums. So now is our chance to discover together who actually is staying and who has decided to go in each of our 5 scenes performed tonight. French dramatist Beaumarchais wrote a trilogy of plays which feature Figaro as the main character. The first play of the trilogy, The Barber of Seville, introduces Figaro, who is indeed a barber. You may be familiar with Figaro, Figaro, Figaro from the Bugs Bunny cartoon, Rabbit of Seville. When we catch up with Figaro in the second play of the trilogy, The Marriage of Figaro, Le Nozze di Figaro in Italian, Figaro is engaged to Susanna. Figaro and Susanna are both in the employ of the Count and Countess Almaviva as valet and chambermaid. The Count has conveniently assigned the young couple sleeping quarters next to his own apartment. In the opera's opening scene, which you will hear tonight, Figaro measures the new bedroom and gloats to Susanna that they will be sleeping in the best room in the castle. Susanna, however, is less impressed, having figured out the Count's scheme to have her close by. She tells Figaro that the Count regrets having abolished the legal right of the master to sleep with his servant on her wedding night. She explains that the Count wishes to reinstate this right just for her. Should Figaro stay, or should he go? The endearingly naive Figaro may be determined to seek revenge on his lecherous master, but his love and affection for Susanna never ever waver. It is the marriage of Figaro, after all, and Figaro is staying put. Bass baritone Michael Waltman portrays the title role of Figaro, while soprano Claire Henry takes the stage as Susanna. Miss Amy Blackwood offers accompaniment from the piano.
Yes, my sweetheart.
Look at it.
It's very charming.
I must say it's to my liking.
Very smart and very striking. And it suits you to a T. To a T. To a T. You have made it yourself for the wedding. As your bride, I am planning to wear it. I'm so happy I hardly can bear it. What a wonderful day that will be. What a wonderful day that will be. Susanna, my Susanna. What a wonderful day that will be. Oh, what a day. Oh, what a day. What a wonderful day that will be.
Will you tell me, my precious, what on earth you are doing?
I just was making sure that the space I have been measuring is sufficient for the bed the Count will give us.
You mean we'll sleep here?
Surely, the Count was kind enough to make this our bedroom.
You can have it for my part.
Why, don't you like it?
I should say that I don't.
Then why not speak out and say what is wrong?
I just don't want to. Must you know all I'm thinking?
But I can't fathom why you find it so distasteful that we're getting the best room in the castle.
Because I am Susanna and you are stupid.
Thank you. I like your frankness. Look around then, and perhaps you can find us better quarters. Some night, if your mistress should ring for assistance, ding ding, ding ding, in a wink you could answer the call. Suppose I am needed to wait on my master, to wait on my master. Dong dong, dong dong, I could be there in no time at all.
Suppose your dear master should send you on an errand. My dearest, my generous master, ding ding, ding ding, on an errand some 3 miles away, ding ding, dong dong, dong dong, in no time he would stand in my doorway before I could stop him.
Susanna, hold on, Susanna, hold on, Susanna, no more, no more, hold on, no more.
And further,
Let's hear it.
I'll tell you the story, the whole of the story. But cast all suspicions and doubts from your mind.
I must hear the story, the whole of the story. For doubts and suspicions still torture my mind.
Discard all your silky and jealous suspicions.
My doubts and suspicions still torture my mind. They haunt me and
Discard all
taunt
your
me,
silky
my
and
doubts and
jealous suspicions.
My
Discard
doubts
and
and
suspicions
suspicions
and
still torture
fearing
my
mind
mind.
is haunted, is weary,
My
mind
mind
is haunted,
They
is weary,
torture my mind. They torture my mind. They torture my mind. They torture my mind.
All right then, but listen calmly.
Tell me, what is your story?
Our noble master, tired of pursuing foreign beauties as partners for romances, has decided his castle better chances. It's not his own dear wife, though. I can tell you who has captured his fancy.
Well then, who is it?
I give you 3 guesses.
Not you.
You're right the first time. And he is hoping that having us so near him will go far to advance his little project.
Perfect. We're making headway.
That's why he seems so kind, therefore so thoughtful in respect to the bridal couple's comfort.
Just think of that. Such overwhelming kindness.
But listen, now comes the best part. Don Basilio, who teaches me singing, acts as his mouthpiece. And during every lesson, he keeps harping forever on the subject.
Who? Basilio? How revolting!
Did you imagine the Count promised me a dowry on the strength of your good looks?
I was inclined to think so.
He wants to bribe me to grant him his feudal right as lord and master on the night of our wedding.
What? Did he not abolish that right when he got married?
He did, but now he's sorry, and he would like to restore it for me.
Would he? Who wouldn't? A truly noble gesture. How amusing indeed. But I will show him. Who's ringing? It's the Countess.
I'll have to answer. Figaro, darling.
Goodbye, my love. Be cheerful.
And you be careful.
American composer, conductor, and pianist Leonard Bernstein was born Louis at the insistence of his grandmother. His parents called him Leonard, and he officially changed his name to Leonard after his grandmother had passed away. His friends knew him as Lenny. Bernstein attended Harvard, the Curtis Institute of Music in Philadelphia, and the Tanglewood Summer Institute in Massachusetts. At the incredibly young age of 25, Bernstein made his major conducting debut with the New York Philharmonic Orchestra in Carnegie Hall without a single rehearsal after scheduled conductor Bruno Walter had come down with the flu. Bernstein's most enduring stage compositions have been the operetta Candide and the popular musical West Side Story. Leonard Bernstein is often remembered as a controversial figure, politically and musically. There is much factual information about Lenny's impetuous personal life, as well as much speculation about his decision to marry Felicia Montealegre. One of his friends described him. He required men sexually and women emotionally. It was during his honeymoon with Montealegre that Bernstein worked on his one-act opera Trouble in Tahiti, a composition in 7 scenes which centers upon the domestic bickering of a typical American couple in a typical American suburb. According to the opera, for which Bernstein wrote both the words and the music, life should be Tahiti-like, sun-kissed. But instead, life for the married couple Sam and Dinah is filled with misery and isolation. Home and work are separated. Competition, rather than love, rules the day. Sex is something a man does with his secretary, or wants to, not something a husband and wife engage in. The man runs for his train, going to the city for work. The woman stays home. The end result is rather pitiful. Sam and Dinah want to love each other, to learn to love again, to tear down the walls between them, to care for their child, but they don't know how. They don't even know where to start. Sam and Dinah do eventually show a willingness to sacrifice for each other out of a commitment to their marriage contract. Should they stay or should they go? Bernstein seems to say that Sam and Dinah will stay married, though I understand that the composer himself penned an alternate ending to the opera that has never been released. Another question looms as to whether Bernstein's opera might have been based on his own marriage or on the marriage of his Russian Jewish immigrant parents. Those of you who have attended opera scene performances here at Lander in years past know that I always set my own opera summaries to the music of TV show themes. The older I get, the less certain I am that you younger audience members will be familiar with the TV shows that I know and love. However, I have a theory that this first theme will be a big hit. There's an opera by Lenny with a modern set. It's called Trouble in Tahiti, and there's trouble there, you bet. A married couple, Sam and Dinah, nibble toast off breakfast china. Visions of the honeymoon are gone. Divorce is imminent. Handball and analyst, a son who seems not to exist. That all started with a big burn.
Stop!
Please welcome mezzo-soprano Chelsea Croft to the stage as Dinah and baritone Alex Morrison to the stage as Sam. Amy Blackwood accompanies at the piano.
How could you say the thing that you did in front of the kid? Always is my fault.
I meant as a joke.
Pass me the toast.
You might have said please.
Please understand, I don't mean to
Why
fight.
do you start this?
It's simply not
Why
right.
you so Sam, so quick to accuse?
Here we are fighting.
The language you use.
Coffee is burned.
Then make it yourself. Every moment, thing, lovely way to start the day.
There are things that need to be discussed.
There certainly are. Everyone knows that you and Miss Brown.
You mean my secretary? Being Miss Brown, that homely old bird,
Younger enough to
is simply absurd.
still young enough.
The subject is closed.
Oh, I'm sick of this life, day after day, of the same humiliation, day after day, with no consideration of what it means to be a woman. A woman needs so little feeling of warmth, a little feeling of home.
Tried I not tried to be kind.
Try to be kind.
Help me,
Help me to
again.
love you again.
Break down
In these walls
we have
made.
Try, let
us
try to be kind. Is it his birthday? Oh, I forgot that awful school show. When time can we go? Fine, I'll be there. Sorry, I can't. I'm due at the gym.
You promised
Oh, what's it to him?
everything, Sam. You really must
Dinah,
try.
I'm sorry.
He's wearing no tie.
I'm due at the gym.
To hell with the gym.
Don't you see, today's a special day. Handball tournament and
I
all.
don't see why it's so important.
Important to me. If I win today, I win the gold cup.
Isn't that doubt?
The tournament
You
cup.
and your cup, your ego is
Well, the
shine.
Oh, Junior's alright.
And ball indeed.
You lead your life and leave me to mine.
But you're selfish.
And look, you don't find.
The child in me should come
Can't you
back.
stop nagging?
I'm ready to burn.
Oh, this can't be the way. Why can't we once have a friendly conversation? Must we descend to this vulgar demonstration? Once and for all, to stop this brawling. Tonight we'll talk it over, relaxed and candid and free, as grown-up people should be.
Oh, by the way, my money's run low.
Oh, not again now.
My doctor, you know.
Doctor, my foot, and out in the
He's
face,
a great enemy.
the money they make.
You ought to go too.
I'm late for my train.
Loosely translated, Women Are Like That, Così fan tutte is an opera about fiancé swapping, a theme which dates back to the 13th century. The opera was the last of the collaborations between Mozart and librettist Lorenzo da Ponte, who also wrote the words for our earlier scene from The Marriage of Figaro. Da Ponte's plot for Così fan tutte focuses initially upon a cynical old bachelor named Don Alfonso, who firmly believes that women are fickle. He is bound and determined to prove this notion and challenges the young officers Guglielmo and Ferrando to a bet that their fiancés will not remain faithful if they are courted by other men. The confident Guglielmo and Ferrando agree to follow Alfonso's instructions for 24 hours, and the bet is on. Don Alfonso tells the sisters, Fiordiligi and Dorabella, that their lovers have been called away to war. The girls tearfully kiss their men goodbye and sing wholeheartedly of faithfulness. Unbeknownst to the women, Alfonso has orchestrated the return of Guglielmo and Ferrando in disguise as Albanians, each to woo the opposite girl. The sisters remain firm and loyal in the beginning, but ultimately they give in to harmless flirtation and unwittingly choose the other's partner. Before a double wedding can get underway, Guglielmo and Ferrando reappear dressed as themselves and feign horror at the impending nuptials. The young men admit to their deception, and the humiliated girls blame Alfonso for their troubles. Should Fiordiligi stay with her sister's fiancé Ferrando, or should she go back to her own Guglielmo? Should Dorabella stay with her sister's fiancé Guglielmo, or should she go back to her Ferrando? Don Alfonso encourages the couples to reunite. Da Ponte's plotline, however, leaves the door open for interpretation as to who unites with whom. Tonight's scene features Don Alfonso, sung by Michael Waltman, who dramatically rushes in all out of breath. Sisters Fiordiligi and Dorabella, sung by Terry Bergen and Francesca Keels, imagine the worst about their fiancés Guglielmo and Ferrando, sung by Joey McLean and Brian Keefe. The girls learn that their fiancés must leave them to go to war. Momentarily drawn to the other sister's lover, Fiordiligi and Dorabella regain their composure, but not before foreshadowing the fiancé swap to occur later in the opera. Miss Amy Blackwood provides accompaniment at the piano.
Good morning to you, Don Alfonso.
Good morning.
Dear me, you're out of breath and excited. For heaven's sake, what's wrong? Can't you speak faster? Fernando, Guglielmo.
What a disaster! How I hate to break the news, to break the news. It's so awful, my lips refuse. I must talk, I have no choice, but it seems I've lost my voice. How explain it? What to say? Oh, accursed tragic day, when you know you will agree, you will agree. Nothing worse could ever be. All your joys are done and past. Poor dear boys, the die is cast, the die is cast, the die is cast.
Goodness, what can it be, dear Don Alfonso? Did I keep our senses then?
You must have courage, be prepared for a shock.
Good heavens, what's happened to our fiancés? Are they in trouble? Is my Ferrando dead?
Dead they are not, but not much less than that.
In prison?
No,
Are they ill?
no.
What can it be then?
By royal order, they must leave for the front.
Oh dear, how dreadful! When do they leave?
At once,
And is there no way to exempt them?
no way.
And no goodbye?
Wretched fellows, they don't have the courage to face you. But if you both can bear it, I'll call them.
Oh, Brazil!
Come in now, my heroes. All is over. The blow has fallen. All my hopes destroyed and shattered. I'm speechless, shocked and battered. You behold the broken man. In the face of such catastrophe, steel your hearts and be courageous.
Now that all has been decided, now that all has been decided, you must do me one last favor. Be stoic, be heroic, without a waver. Plunge your sword right through my heart. Plunge your sword right through my heart.
Dearest angel, the worst has happened. Fate decrees that we must part.
No, I cannot bear it. I will die of grief, I swear. Let me perish, I implore. Let me die right here before you.
Are we winning? Are we losing? The beginning is amusing, but tomorrow comes the sorrow.
Sword is fate.
So the sudden hand of fate will take away the joy of living. So the sudden hand of fate will take away the joy of living. Bound by grief, alone in sorrow, who would care to live at all? To live at all. Who would care to live at all?
No, I cannot bear it. I will die
The beginning is amusing, but tomorrow comes the sorrow. So the sun is alone in sorrow, who would care to live at all? To live at all. Who would care to live at all? Yes, who would care to live at all? Yes.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. This is Charles Dickens' description of the French Revolution in his novel A Tale of Two Cities. He paints a picture of dualities. Our duality of staying or going might be added to Dickens' list of French Revolution descriptors as it applies to Poulenc's opera Dialogues of the Carmelites, set during the same time period. The opera's main character is Blanche, the young aristocratic daughter of Marquis de la Force. In the midst of the political and social upheaval of the French Revolution, Blanche's carriage is mobbed, and the resulting fear causes her to decide to seek refuge in a Carmelite monastery. The longer she remains at the convent during these revolutionary times, the more conflicted she becomes about her decision to join the religious order. Should she stay or should she go? Perhaps my next song will shed some light on our scene tonight between Blanche and her brother. Come and listen to my story about a Carmelite nun. The French Revolution reign of terror had begun. The monastery served as a haven for retreat, so Blanche de la Force gave up being elite. Vow of poverty, that is, celibacy, obedience. Well, the first thing you know, Blanche's brother's on the scene. He's worried for her safety and has come to intervene. Her brother says their father's more afraid each passing day. Blanche insists that she's content, that fear of fear will make her stay. Martyr she is, march to the scaffold, Salve Regina. Dialogues of the Carmelites. Welcome soprano Jaleesa Simmons as she creates the role of Carmelite nun Blanche de la Force, and tenor Brandon Hooven as he portrays the role of her brother Chevalier de la Force. The orchestral reduction will be performed by Miss Blackwood at the keyboard.
Can this be
you to stay here any longer.
Possibly there may be danger, but I feel safe, and that's enough for me.
How can you explain the sudden change in the lunch that I knew? There is something in your voice and your manner. You're so constrained and extremely ill at ease.
If I now appear uneasy, it is only that I feel a bit embarrassed. I have not as yet grown completely accustomed to live in happiness and freedom.
Perhaps you are happy, but I doubt you are free. It is not within your power to rise above the laws of nature.
Oh, come, you should not believe the life of a Carmelite conforms at all to nature.
In a time such as this, there are women galore who were formerly envied by her, who now believe me would change places with you gladly. If I'm speaking rather harshly, Blanche, I must, because I see before me the image of our Father all alone among his servants.
Do you really think that I have got here by fear?
Oh, by a fear. After all, this fear is hardly nobler than any other fear. You have to run the risk of fear as you run the risk of death. And it is this that calls for courage.
From this day on, I can hardly think. I have lost an innocent impact of the will of our Lord.
Blanche, just now when I entered this room, you looked as if you surely would collapse from exhaustion. I thought I saw, beneath the feeble glimmer of this light, as if it were a vision all of our childhood. It is just because we felt so awkward that we arrived at such a strange and bitter words that seemed to give offense. Could they have changed mon petit Evreux?
Oh, why must you forever fill me with doubt, as with the poison that destroys? And from this poison I almost died. It is true, the past is gone forever.
You no longer are afraid.
Where I am, nothing can harm me.
Just as dualities surrounding the French Revolution provided a backdrop for Poulenc's dialogues of the Carmelites, dual elements also served as a catalyst for the creation of Mozart's Die Zauberflöte, or the magic flute. Mozart's quest to marry opposites meant that Catholicism stood alongside Freemasonry, that the sunlight of Sarastro's temple shared the stage with the darkness of the Queen of the Night, that Prince Tamino had fallen in love with a portrait of Pamina, and that birdcatcher Papageno longed to meet his birdcatcher wife, Papagena. These important dualities could only be overshadowed by the number 3, the triality that held such significance for Freemasons like Mozart and his lyricist Emanuel Schikaneder. Freemasonry was founded on the 3 principles of brotherly love, relief, and truth, the 3 degrees of apprentice, fellowcraft, and master, and the Masonic symbols of compass, square, and ruler are replicated musically by Mozart with a key signature of 3 flats and with 3 ceremonial chords to open his opera, The Magic Flute. Schikaneder simulates the Freemason ideal by incorporating 3 ladies who serve as attendants to the Queen, 3 spirits, and 3 temples of wisdom, reason, and nature. I challenge you to take note of the dualities and trialities we have featured in our magic flute scene tonight. But enough about 2s and 3s. Allow me to take a moment to thank the folks without whom this production would not be possible. Thank you to Bonner Hosey for the wonderful poster design, to Lydia Latham and Costume Curio of Greenville for the beautiful costumes, to Emmanuel Lutheran Church for use of the church pew, a true work of art, to Chuck Neufeld for providing the transportation to haul the pew, and to Eddie Shaw for providing the counterbalance, to Anissa Lawrence and the Academic Success Center for the silver coat rack, to Emily and the presidential ambassadors for serving as ushers tonight, to our coffee lover, Amy Blackwood, for use of her percolator, and of course, for her expert accompanying at the piano. And special thanks to Eddie Shaw, Rob Mitchum, and the entire Cultural Center technical staff, including Doug, Lynn, Quinn, Jaquin, and Kyle, for their assistance on stage and backstage. I'm glad that you have stayed tonight to hear our wonderful student performers. These students have brought different levels of experience to the stage. Some students have felt more comfortable singing than acting. Some of our performers are voice majors. Others are instrumentalists or mass communication and theater majors. Some have experience with opera, while others do not. Regardless of their skill sets, they all love music and are thrilled to be sharing it with you. So as you go, I hope that tonight's performance has left you with a song in your heart. Here's a final one from the Noonkester collection of songs and arias. It's a story of a Prince Tamino who was searching for Pamina day and night. Papageno by his side sought Papagena. Their futures looked so bright. It's a story of good and evil. Is Sarastro to be trusted in the end? Is the Queen an honorable woman? It will all depend. Till the speaker and the priest explain the trials, Papageno and Tamino must not speak. The 3 ladies tempt them with their magic. Will the men be strong or will the boys be weak? The magic flute, the magic flute. Stay the course, the 3 ladies will withdraw. Dun, 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 dun. Brian Keefe and Michael Waltman appear as the speaker and the priest, Absalon Richardson sings the role of Prince Tamino, while Alex Morrison plays the part of Papageno, the birdcatcher. Caitlin Gordon, Jordan Bowen, and Laura Riddle are cast as first, second, and third lady. Miss Amy Blackwood is at the Yamaha Grand. Thank you for being here, and enjoy our final scene.
Strangers, what do you seek from us? What prompts you to intrude upon our sanctuary?
Friendship and love.
Are you willing to fight for those virtues at the risk of your very life?
I am.
Even if death were your lot?
Yes.
Prince, there is still time to turn back. One step more and it will be too late.
Wisdom will gain my victory. Pamina, the lovely maiden, will be my reward.
Are you willing to undergo every one of our trials?
Everyone.
Give me your hand.
And will you too fight for the love of wisdom?
Fighting's not exactly in my line. To be truthful, I don't demand any wisdom either. I'm just a child of nature who's satisfied with sleep, food, and drink. And if I once could catch myself a pretty little wife...
That you will never do unless you undergo our trial.
Of what do these trials consist?
You must subject yourself to all our laws and not even fear death.
I'll remain single.
Sarastro has already found a wife for you who resembles you in color and dress perfectly.
Resembles me? Is she young?
She's young and beautiful.
And her name is?
Papagena.
Papagena.
Papagena?
I really would like to see her out of sheer curiosity.
See her you
But
may.
after I've seen her, will I have to die? Yes? I'll remain single.
You may see her, but as yet you must not speak a single word to her. Will your mind have sufficient strength to control your tongue?
Oh, yes.
Your hand, you shall see her.
On you too, Prince. The gods impose a reverent silence. If you fail in this, you both are lost. You will see Pamina, but you must not speak to her. This is the beginning of your probation time.
Beware of woman's crafty scheming. This is the order's first command. Many a man of was not dreaming was tempted, and could not withstand. But then he saw he was mistaken. The truth he came to know too late. At last he found himself forsaken. Death and damnation were his fate. Death and damnation were his fate.
Hey, lights, lights. It is really strange. Each time these gentlemen leave you, you can't see your hand in front of your face.
Bear it with patience. Remember, it is the will of the gods.
In this place of bright and gloom, flee, 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 we'll meet a certain doom. Terminus one is your damnation, for Papageno no salvation.
This is more than I can bear. Papageno, have a care. You abandon your probation to be firm against temptation.
You heard just how this is our end.
Keep your promise and be still.
Always still and always still and always still and always still.
Queen has taken me by fear, in yonder temple she is there.
What's that? The queen herself is here.
Quiet, quiet, as we still blush the solemn oath of swearing, and being foolish daring.
Terminus one evil and glory. If so, the queen you will betray. And if you let me know the story, that you will die this very day.
A wise man is, but does not mind the common talk of lower kind. wise man is.
Do we have her will be condemned to go to hell? Will be condemned to go to hell?
This is outrageous, this is outrageous, this is outrageous, this is outrageous. Oh, my word.
Tell me, no. Is it so?
Such gossip women oft repeat this, but the hypocrisy.
But did the queen not say it too?
She talks just as all women do. Believe my word and hold your tongue. Act like a man, be brave and strong.
Serena, wise, so cold and careless, and Papageno too, pray tell us.
I would with pleasure, but
Hush,
you see my mouth is shut.
hush,
That I cannot resist temptation.
that you cannot
It's
resist
really
temptation is really a disgrace to see.
We must withdraw in resignation. No one will tolerate we see.
They must withdraw in resignation. No one will talk, I clearly see.
No one will talk, clearly see.
A man is firm and strong of will. He stands aloof, reserved and still. A man is firm and strong of will. He stands aloof, reserved and still.
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 He stands aloof, reserved and still.